Hello, I'm Patricia McNeely from Twin Flame Body. I am a Blu-ray twin flame from Chicago. How are you today? In this video, I want to talk to you about the topic that, seems to be very, very prevalent for a lot of people. And the topic is, why won't he call? I mean, honestly, how hard can it be to just reach out, acknowledge, do something, pick up, do something a little bit different, right? So I'm here to talk to you about some of the reasons and also to let you know about my upcoming webinar where I do teach you how to bypass some of these things because it's time to use your new twin flame body connections, which bypass a lot of the old patterns that just really seem to aggravate everyone. So, what are some of the reasons why he won't call? Well, the number one reason is karmics. Yeah, quite simply, those karmic soulmates, whether they be a live-in karmic or a distraction karmic or a karmic that is an ex or a karmic that is soon to be an ex or karmic. What does this mean? It means that there are still ties that bind. That's been a part of karmic living. And that's also been a part of how we do this, which is to do it in a new way. And that means utilizing connections that only you have. Other people really won't get this when you talk to them about it, or they'll say things like, are you still on about that person? What they don't realize is this is something that you really cannot let go. And yet you'd like it to move along, you'd like it to shift along. What else about karmic living? Karmic living has been the way we've all had to live. Everybody has been a karmic to somebody or has had, everybody's had a karmic sometimes. Yeah, we have. And whatever you may think of it, whether it's painful for you, whether it is something that you start saying, well, whatever, it's something that you really aren't going to be able to budge without doing some things new, very new. So that is why I'm teaching this, and I teach it in very simple ways that are easy for you to do at home. And my classes are online, so that can be at home. You may find that there's other relevant things here as to why not. You may find that your mind rationalizes things, and sometimes those are the same rationale as to why the other person really isn't being reciprocal, really isn't acknowledging, doesn't seem to take the time of day. And what's up with that anyway? It's highly rude. So, the next thing is they're too busy. Yeah, that happens. People get busy. They get caught up with the world. They get tied up with things. They find that things snowball on them. They procrastinate. They find it snowballs even worse. They need to do. They need to get things going. And sometimes all they are doing is just spinning their wheels. They're not really doing anything much. But how do you get them away from it? And how do you get yourself to feel better? Now, that happens through the body because sometimes when your other half is busy, you can feel it and it can be highly exhausting. I know this because it's happened to me where I've had times where I've been flat out of energy and you could swear it's like someone just pulled up, put a hook in you, and started taking all the gasoline that you had, and you have nothing left for yourself. What is being too busy though? Being too busy means they're not paying attention to real life. It's usually things that they may seem very relevant to them, but it's not actually all that relevant to love. And nobody should be too busy for love. Love is here and love is actually starting to ramp up. And you can see it around you. You can see people that, they're overcoming some of the blockages. There are a lot of people that I do help to get blockages removed so that they can feel. Not just feel, but feel and heal, feel better. What else about being too busy? Okay, have you ever been too busy and you're just saying, I can't give the time of day. I have kids, I have responsibilities, I have a job, I have, and you've got a list of things that you could go through. Well, what you're going to find is that it is essential for you to do certain things which would also be enabling you to what? Make time for what you're really here for. So when you make the time and you make a time commitment, you're making an investment in yourself. You're investing in something that actually gives you the power, that actually kind of starts flipping things and shifting it out of all of those old ways, all of the things that you've had to buckle under, because you're not a being who is supposed to buckle under. What else? Why can't they call or phone or something? Some people assume that you get them and that you know what they're thinking. Some people are like that. And that level of telepathy is not always highly developed for people. In fact, it is not going to be telepathy anymore. It is going to be true heart communication. And that is frequently why the lines will go dead. The lines will go dead, which means you can't feel them. What happens if you can't feel your twin anymore? It means you have to reach in a different way and you have to reach higher. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. What else happens? Well, you need to be able to do this type of heart communication so that at any given time, you're actually sending that back and forth and you receive. This is another thing that people get upset about. They're not receiving anything. They're not getting an acknowledgement. They're not getting feelings. They're just getting a series of things that feel painful and uncomfortable. So if this is you and you feel like you're getting the short end of the stick, I would suggest this. Make sure that you are empowering yourself by learning how to properly heart communicate. You have to learn how to breathe, how to heart communicate, because those go hand in hand. And I teach that. People get empowered and they start achieving other levels of success with this. What else? Not focused. What happens when people aren't focused? Well, they're usually distracted with things or people or games or some addiction or gambling. How many people have a twin that they know has some type of addiction? It's gambling, it's horses, or it's people, or they like to get riled, they like to get it on in certain ways, and you're just saying, this is a distraction at this point. We can't do this. We can't, deal with this. No, you're not supposed to deal with it. You're supposed to elevate it, and you're supposed to get yourself out from enabling this, from it being a crutch, and also from stopping the angers. How do you stop the emotions from coming if someone else is not focused and they're not focusing on what's most important? What is most important actually is love. And a lot of people feel, but then they wind up getting away from what is actually essential. They wind up getting away from the real love and they wonder where it went. They wonder where the magic went. So I'm here to tell you, you don't have to wonder. You don't have to, be on the wayside and saying, what am I missing? Don't miss. People have to apply themselves, and learning about this, learning about your twin flame body is absolutely critical, because that's what you're taking with you. That is how you're connecting with each other. That's how you get it deep. That's how you get healthy. That's how you stay well. Now, some other things to let you know about as to why can't he call. Over the years, when I've done sessions for people and I've worked with them and I've done readings, I can pick up on the other person's energy. There are things that they go through. But when I work with people, we start to get that disentangled. we start to get it to a level where it's something that you yourself will feel good about, and that the things that you need to do are not really like lost in time, like they might feel like you're losing time, someone's distracting, they're not getting with the program. When are they going to get it? We focus and narrow this down, and I'm able to help people with, what is going on the other side? What are some of the things that can be done, plus energies from another level? Now, besides doing that, besides reading and telling people what's going on currently in the energies, I also have classes where I'm teaching you how to, do some things in your house so that you can actually have better experiences. And I've had great responses from people, feedback of how well it went for them once they were able to start getting things back to normal, back to a level where there wasn't this weird energy or this weird distance. And it feels very balanced. And you're not here for someone to throw you off balance and let you guess, where do you stand with them? What do they do? What do you mean to them anyway? Because they're just not saying anything. Say something. But here's what to know: the saying something to you is not only just happening in a physical level. In fact, the physical level backs off big time so that you can focus on the other levels of yourself. And that is hugely important. It is the main number one reason for separation. If you were to, pull something, and you might begin to see it unravel. But as it happens, it feels so highly emotional. It hurts the feelings. Yes, it does. And separation isn't pretty. And people find a level, where they can say, well, I'm in a separation, but it still sometimes doesn't make sense. Let's have some of this make sense to you. Let's get power back to you where it doesn't feel like someone else is just holding everything, including the energy. And let's get things back on track so that you know. So I have a great webinar class I'm doing right now. It is called Harvesting Your Love, where we're going to talk about the indigo masculine rising. We're going to talk about high heart communication and heart communication and the differences. We're going to talk about how to clear yourself so that you can feel better, and you'll actually feel some shifts in your energy, both of your energy. We're going to talk about elevating and getting you to a level that actually is a much better vibration for you, not in a lower vibration, or not feeling like you're always going down for something to happen. So please look for the links below and reach out for a twin flame reading, because a twin flame reading is where I'm able to tell you what is happening on the other side of your union and where to focus so that unblocked, unwind, feel better, and start getting some things really moving here in the direction of love. So thanks so much for watching. I hope you have a great day. I hope to see you there. Bye.